Hey, what's up guys, Totallydubbed here, and today I'm doing a video review for the Logitech Pro gaming mouse. Now this mouse can be found for £55 on Amazon.co.uk and around $87 on Amazon USA. Now what I really want to address in this review is, why does this mouse exist? And it's a question that I had when I saw a press release, and it is the same question I had when I actually met Logitech and asked them in person. I said, why does this mouse exist? It doesn't make sense to me. So right in front of you, you can see the Logitech G403, the Logitech Pro, which is in the middle, and the Logitech G303. The 403 now has become my daily driver, just due to the size of my hands and the comfort that I have. But Logitech G303 was my go-to mouse for over a year. Now, in terms of my hand size, from top to bottom, it's around 18 centimeters, and this will give you a better idea of how it fits in a hand. So you can see the 403 is more of a palm grip hand type thing. The G303 is very much a claw grip or a fingertip grip. It's really not a palm one at all, as you can see where it ends. And the Pro is a somewhat, I want to say the same thing, more of a claw grip, but also can be used as a fingertip mouse, because it's just slightly more ergonomic in that respect and more traditional, so to speak. Now the mouse itself, that's how it looks in hand, but the mouse itself, I should mention about its features. It's got a braided cable, it's got two left click and right click buttons, this is pretty much obvious. It's got a scroll wheel, which again is obvious, but it's rubberized, and it has a clicky, it doesn't have a clicky sound, but it has a clicky feel. You've got, and then you've got the rest of the buttons, which are fully programmable, two on the left hand side and one in the middle. It can be used by both left-handers or right-handers. It's got Rgb Lighting, which unfortunately can't be disabled one and the other. It has to be all or nothing. The light is a little bit gets a little bit hot in my hand, so I often disable the light when using it. And underneath you haven't got any sort of adjustable weight. Now the mouse also houses the same PMW3366 sensor as the other mice that you can see in front of you, and the same as the Logitech G900, G502, and another G, probably Snoop Dogg. Anyway, so the Pro gaming mouse has the same sensor and same internals, and in that respect I should say that the sensor performance is fantastic. If you're looking for a mouse sensor that can really provide you a great one-to-one tracking and just absolutely fantastic DPI levels, which is 12,000 DPI, and good tracking over all different types of surfaces, then the PMW3366 sensor is the one to go to. In my opinion, it is one of the best mice sensors out there in the world. I've tested quite a few, and it's the one that is my go-to and the one that I use on a daily basis, both at work and even at home. It's just my go-to mouse sensor. So in terms of performance, it's flawless, it's very good. But what I wanted to address in this video is, why does this mouse still exist? So it's very simple. Logitech thought about the G303, and they saw a lot of people complaining about its form factor. They saw it looks a bit odd, some people complained about it, but people like the weight of it. Like myself, I used it for opping on CSGO, and it's a fantastic mouse. It's probably the op mouse in the world, because it's so light and it means you can do quick flick of the wrist, really quick and really good. But then you've got other mice out there like the G403, and despite this being quite new and probably newer than the Pro itself, it's very much got a more traditional palm grip type, which was similar to the G502, which was very popular in terms of mice sensors go, mice form factors go. But despite that, the G502 was a bit too heavy, so some people, like myself, when it came to gaming, opted for the G303. So Logitech saw a gap in this market and said to themselves, we want a light mouse, but we want one which is quite small, like the 303, but doesn't have this odd form factor, and a one that a pro could use both in terms of at home, for casually gaming, or taking it out to a tournament like a Counter-Strike ESL 1 tournament. And in this respect, that's where the Pro came in, and that's why it is named the Pro, because it takes the best of all sort of worlds and combines it into one. But that best of all worlds doesn't mean it's the best for you. In other words, the G303 might be the best for you if you're more of a claw grip type gamer, and I know gamers who are like that, they'll prefer this mouse over this mouse, because claw gripping on this is just not as comfortable, I would say, versus the 303. Other people might say, well, I much prefer a palm grip mouse, and they'll go for a G403 or a G502. That is all personal preference. There's no right or wrong. All these mice are the same sensors. They've pretty much all got the same sort of functionalities in terms of, like, you can have macros or whatever on the keys, and you've got a fantastic sensor in all of them, and the RGB lighting. So all it comes down to is personal preference. Logitech have released this mouse, in other words, to appeal to ones that feel that they wanted that sort of gap in the market. And to me, it is a fantastic mouse, and it's a mouse that I actually use and easily ditched the G303 because of its form factor. But with that said, it's all personal preference. The Pro doesn't mean that it's got something better or means that it is accustomed to professional gamers and these other mice aren't. Quite the opposite. It is just personal preference, but I can see why professional gamers would prefer a mouse like this, because they want a lightweight nature mouse like the 303, but would want a same sort of customized feel and more traditional look. I would say more traditional looks like this, and they came out with the Pro, and that is what the Pro mouse is, and that is what I wanted to address in this video, because I feel that either not enough people address that, or a lot of people like myself who even know about mice sensors and the technology behind it and the companies behind it still didn't understand what that was. Well, there we go. That is what the Logitech Pro gaming mouse is about, guys. I would highly recommend it if you're into that. Try before you buy if you can, because the form factor really does make a massive difference. But in my opinion, I think it's a good in-betweener mouse, and given its price of £55, I think it's quite affordable versus the competition out there, as in like SteelSeries, Razer, and all of those other guys, and I very much recommend it. Alright guys, I've been Totally Dubbed. Hopefully you've enjoyed this review. Make sure you give it a like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more. Favorite and share with your families and friends, as it helps the channel grow. And more than anything, spread the love. Not literally, or maybe literally, I don't know. Anyway guys, I've been Totally Dubbed. Take care, and bye-bye.